Hi, I'm Mark Clem from CNC Systems, Michigan's leading computer sales service and IT center since 1987. And I'd like to welcome you all back to the second edition of Tips from a Tech Room from CNC Systems. And today we're going to show you how to create a restore point in Windows. Restore point is critical because if you make a setting, if you make a mistake, if you delete a file, something of that nature, you're going to want to go back to the point before you made that mistake and set your computer back up where you left off. It's a real easy procedure. There's two ways to get to it in Windows. If you have Windows 7, there's one way. If you have Windows 10, there's another way. Once we get to that point where the restore point setup, both Windows are the same, they're identical, so we'll just be completing that setup in Windows 10. Okay, so here we are at the Windows 7 desktop. To get to restore point is very simple. First, we're going to click on the Start button in the lower left hand corner. We get this dialog box. We move over to the right hand side, go into Control Panel, and you will find System. These are all in alphabetical order. Click on System, open up to this dialog box with System, and on the left hand side click on System Protection, and we get another dialog box with System Protection, and this is where we're going to create our restore point in Windows 7. Okay, I'm going to move along to a Windows 10 computer, and we're going to complete our setup of a restore point in Windows. Okay, so here we are at the Windows 10 desktop. We'll begin by hitting the Start button in the lower left hand corner, scrolling over to Windows System, click on that, and move right on down to Control Panel. Click on that. Opens up our Control Panel. We want to choose System and slide over to the left to System Protection. And as you can see, we have another dialog box that opens up, System Properties, and this is where we begin. First of all, we're going to configure the restore points. So we're going to start with down here near the bottom. There's a box here, Configure. We'll click on that and we open it up. Now, down near the bottom, you'll see a little slide bar here. Windows has been set up by default to approximately 1% on most computers of storage space in your hard drive, 1% of the hard drive. In other words, here is 4.65%. I've got a 500 gigabyte hard drive, and that's just not enough room. We want multiple restore points to be saved on this computer. In case one restore point becomes corrupted, then we need to be able to rely on another restore point or two. So we want to change this. We want to click on this little arrow here and slide it over. On the average, I would say 7% is good, and that gives me now 32.57 gigabytes of storage space for just restore points that system reserves. While we're at it, we're going to hit the delete button here, and that deletes all restore points for this drive. Since the computer is running correctly now, there's no danger in deleting existing restore points. If you're only at 1%, you probably only have one restore point. Once you set this to 7%, we'll have multiple restore points. So let's click on delete for now. It's going to give us a warning. You will not be able to undo unwanted system changes. Yes, we know that, so we're going to continue. It will delete all back restore points and give you a message. The restore points were deleted successfully. We'll close that box. Now, we're going to hit Apply at the lower right hand corner, and then in the middle, on the bottom, we're going to hit OK. So, the next step is to create a restore point. So we click on the, on my computer it's local disk C. On your computer it may be a different name, it may be a manufacturer's name, maybe something you named the hard drive. But the important thing here is the drive is C:. It will be your system drive. And the protection should be turned on. And what we're going to start with here is creating. We want to make sure that's highlighted. Your system drive is highlighted. Then slide down here to create near the bottom. It will give us another dialog box, create a restore point. I like to use the same name for all my restore points because the date differentiates them, so we're safe there. I always use CNC Systems Safe Restore Point. You can call it whatever you want, but type some sort of name in here that you're familiar with, and it gives you an idea of when it was. So here we go, CNC Systems Safe Restore P-O-I-N-T. There we go. It's creating a restore point, and this may take a few minutes depending upon how much is on your hard drive. Don't worry about that. The important thing is not how much time it takes, but that it completes the task successfully. Okay, as you can see, the restore point was created successfully. It may have taken some time, but we don't care. It's successful. We'll close that dialog box out, and basically we're ready to go to System Restore. We've created a restore point. Now something's happened to our computer and we need to go back to that point. So what we're going to do here is up near the top right, you'll see the box System Restore. We're going to click on that. Okay, we'll get a System Restore box, Restore System Files and Settings. We'll move down to the bottom near the right hand side, click the next button, and you're going to see your restore points here. If there's more than one, there's going to be a little box down here in the lower left hand corner. You can click on that and see multiple restore points. If you just have the one like we have here, we are simply going to select that. That's a restore point we're going to go back to, and down at the bottom we're going to click next. Now you're going to get some more instructions here that's going to lead you to and tell you that you can't shut down the computer while this is happening. So just go through the steps, finish that off. I can't do it right here because it will shut down my recording, but just know that this is going to take some time. Again, we don't care how much time it takes as long as it completes successfully. So we'll finish this off and we'll wait for the restore to complete, and then we'll return. Okay, and we're back. And as you can see on the screen, we now have a message, System Restore completed successfully. The system has been restored to the last restore point. Now, if it didn't finish successfully, you can always go back to the same point of System Restore and try another restore point. That's why we do multiple restore points, just in case one does not work. In this case, we only had one. It did work, and we're all set. We can close this dialog box, and our computer is right back to before we made any changes to it. So that's a good thing, and we can move on. And that's all there is to it. So now you're proficient in setting a restore point, returning to a restore point, and you're ready to move on to bigger and better things. In upcoming videos, we're going to be showing you other ways to optimize your computer, make it more efficient. We're going to be starting, I believe, with your Start menu in Windows 10. We're going to show you how to set that up and customize it to make it more comfortable for your personal use, and to make it easier to get to things in general in Windows 10. So thank you for being with us for the second edition of Tips from the Tech Room from CNC Systems. Make sure you check out our website at www.cnc-systems.com and leave comments, leave suggestions. If you go to our website, go to the contact page, and there's also links to these videos there. So thank you once again for joining us. See you next time in Tips for the Tech Room from CNC Systems.